lasting impact on the generations of tomorrow.
Hey everyone. Coming back to an old favorite today. It's been like, what, 3 weeks? Let's play some Civ5. How have you been? Letha just subscribed. Thank you for subscribing, Letha. Thank you for continuing your subscription. The mic is off? I'm getting signal. Oh, Zeke, that sucks. Somebody said the mic was off, but... Seems good. Other people are saying it's good. Alright. You know what? You know who I haven't used successfully? Let's go with Pocatello. We're gonna go on a tiny map. We have 3 hours. Let's explore. I never really liked archipelago maps. Rogueling, that sounds awful. I've been having a fairly good week. Diamonds. That seems... Do we have the sound entirely off in this game? I think the last time I was playing this, we were probably streaming music. Talk me out of spending 2 turns moving the city. I want to put it right here. We'll get the bananas eventually. We get the gems right away. We're on the coast. We have access to a river. Yeah. We lose a couple of turns, but W/E. Ooh. We'll even have access to fishies. The mountain's tempting, but it's way the hell over there. Alright. We're in business. Build a great wall that surrounds over half the map? Tempting. We're gonna go pottery and try to rush a religion. Hark. Okay, let's see if we can find a ruin. Perfect. Now, if you're not familiar with the Shoshone, they have a special unit called the Pathfinder, and their ability, besides being stone cold badasses in combat, is that they get to choose what they get when they discover an ancient ruins instead of having it randomly generated. My temptation right now is to go with discovering a technology, hope for archery, and then the next ruin we discover, we could choose a unit upgrade that will allow us to get allow us to turn our Pathfinders into composite bowmen. And then we can start doing city-state missions. Or we can just do the usual culture, culture, tech, upgrade, then culture again, because every 4 turns you're allowed to, Also, we're obviously going Liberty. If you're not familiar with my stream, I usually like to try to build a civilization that I would like to live in. And Liberty seems like a good place to start, even though it's very kind of based around the Roman ideals of Republic. Which are probably Greek. Let's roll a dice on tech. I mean, population is really good. Population is the long game play. But I think, we got mining. That's not nothing. That's actually reasonably big game at this point of the game. We never actually made contact with this civilization, or with the city-state. My bad. Yeah, no. Landing mining? Big game. Big game. That'll allow us to exploit our gems as soon as we, found our second, social policy. Let's continue pushing west. Alright then. Let's see. If we put a city here, we get to... No, we want to put it there, don't we? If we want to... 1, 2, 3, 4... No, we can only put it there. City-state, why are you parked on top of World Wonder? Or Natural Wonder? Ugh. Okay, our production is a little slow. That's okay. Should we go... Archery? No, we're gonna go with my classic play. Everyone's classic... I pioneered this play? No. This is just the strong opening start of going pottery, writing, building a Russian Great Library, and then building National College. Right away. Zanzibar _ just subscribed. And Zanzibar _ just. That's great. You got me. Tonight I am drinking from Category 12 Brewing in Victoria, a Critical Point Pale Ale. It's real nice. I've been impressed by all of their offerings so far. This is the 3rd beer they have. I believe we're on Emperor right now. Okay, let's grab culture. Quendalar just subscribed. Thank you for subscribing, Quendalar. Thank you for resubscribing. We're gonna go Liberty. Gives us a slight bonus to our social policy acquisition. Son, do you know who the fuck I am? Damn right. Bring it. Bring it. Yeah, we might be pushing Tears of the Gods for our Pantheon ability, although Stone Circles may also get there. And Sacred Path, because of all these jungles, could also be tempting. Like, look at this horse shit. This is bonkers. This shit is bananas. Alright, they're gonna try and get a flanking bonus on us. GJ, everyone. GJ. Citizenship, we're gonna go and get them gems. Wait, can we even do that? I guess we're gonna find out. I don't know if we can clear that jungle yet. I'm playing on a high difficulty level, and I don't know how this game works. Nope. Alright. Back across the river. Let's start farming. We totally know it's... Oh, shits. Okay. That's bad news. We'll put one turn into a Pathfinder unit, then go straight into Great Library. We'll research ironworking next. I just belched on stream. That's gross. Where do we clear jungles again? Is it ironworking? Or it's bronze working? Alright, we do that then. I operate exclusively in YOLO mode on this stream. Hey! Alright, let's go upgrade these chumpuses. You guys are gonna be so fucked once I get my composite bows. I don't even want to tell you. Oh. Oh. After turn 20, you can get a religion. We can just get one right now. Let's do it. Let's get the first pantheon. There we go. Oh, I guess I could put it... Actually, what are we doing? Fractal, Tiny, Emperor. That's it. I'm not playing on the highest difficulty. Son. Okay. Let's take a good hard look at what we've got around us. We've got jungles coming at our asses. We're going to keep these jungles because we're going to rush technologically, I've decided, and we're going to have universities early. So let's rush universities as our strategy because we're surrounded by jungles. And let's call Sacred Path. It's quite bad. This is quite bad. God, Sacred Path sucks. Are we even... We're not using any of it. We'll get one culture off of this. Okay, what's Tears of the Gods? +2 faith. That is quite compelling. No, I like Sacred Path. Let's try it. I've never taken it before. You know, I've never really listened to that, to this game's music before. I've usually just thrown my own music on YouTube, on iTunes. Oh, Jesus. Guys, I just threw away Great Library. I didn't start working it immediately. 37 turns. Sweet buttered Jesus. Okay. We now have Republican citizenship. That should have given us a slight bonus. 30 turns now. We need to get it into the 20s. Okay. Let's go for lumber mills. Oh! Good. I have some bad news. Maybe if we rush wheel, we can still get there, despite my rampaging incompetence. Rampaging incompetence. Just clear the forest. That's probably the correct move. Liberty is usually the weaker choice between tradition and liberty. It's not quite as bad as honor, but tradition is usually what you play because you're not really founding more than 4 cities in the early game when these bonuses are most relevant. I just find liberty is better, actually, ironically, late game, because you get a slight stability bonus. Excuse me. When you're knocking other people over. Dude, fuck off. Step off, I'm trying to mine. Guys, you are so fucking dead. Look at you. You did 18 to me? That's just sad. Stone axes, motherfuckers. They're what's up. Don't you know who you're dealing with? Where the hell did these assholes come from? Keep mining, assholes! That man right there? That's Dutch from Predator. We got him. Okay, we can still make it. It's extremely unlikely we're going to get Great Library, but hey, it's like we have gold. It's a lot like getting gold, everyone. Oh, motherfucker. Don't even. Alright, we got it down to 10 turns. That's a hell of a thing. Now I'm gonna need you guys to defend those mines with your life. The soul of our civilization depends on us reaching Great Library before any of the other purported civilizations that may or may not exist on this flat-seeming world. It's not that I don't want to play Valkyria Chronicles, I'm just... I read some stuff about it. The game seems capital P problematic. Perfect. I probably won't kill you. There you go. Toodles. You dare live? To those joining us, okay. What do we need next? We can, Jesus. We're just about screwing the pooch on this one. 8 turns. Shit, shit, shit. We're not going to make it. I've ruined us. We need to get to philosophy immediately. Otherwise, we won't be able to get... If we don't research calendar before we complete the Great Library, we will not have the prerequisites to just get philosophy immediately. Problematic means its depiction of the Darks and who they are in a rough Earth analog of World War II Europe, pre-World War II Europe, although Valkyria Chronicles is probably more accurately First World War with whatever. I'm not having that discussion. I don't know, just some stuff I've heard about it. Okay, for those of us not familiar with the game, when you complete the Great Library, which is what I'm working on right now in my capital of Mosunkani, you acquire a free technology. You just get free technology. It can be anything. The pro tier move is to have completed all the prerequisites for philosophy, which normally requires 26 turns to complete. But if you have Great Library, you get it for free. Seems pretty good. And then you go immediately from producing the Great Library into producing the National College, which, combined with the science bonuses from the Great Library, gives you a nearly insurmountable early game science lead. Because building it later becomes difficult since it is a national wonder, and national wonders require that a building be present in every city in your empire. So if you have a library in every city, then you can build the National College. Libraries are expensive, and the Great Library is a free library in your capital. Jesus. Here's the problem. We complete Great Library in 3 turns. We require 8 turns to research calendar, which will give us the prerequisites for philosophy. If we simply rearrange our workers, for example, to grow food, we can complete it in 6 turns. Culture will get it to us in 4 turns. We do not even have the option of giving us a focus that will complete the calendar first. We are not getting it. Which is kind of a relief, because if we rearranged our workers to delay the production of the Great Library, since it is such a hotly contested national wonder, or great wonder, by the game's AI, it is unlikely that we would get it at all, because if somebody else beats you to it, you just don't get it. Manually reassigning workers does nothing for us, since when they are unemployed, they just give you extra production. Oops law. Back into the fields with you, worthless layabouts. Alright, let's build the Great Library. We'll rearrange our priorities. We adopt a policy. I'm going to go with representation. so that we can found future cities without worrying overly. What am I even doing? I'm so bad at this game. Okay, we've completed the Great Library.
Relics of the ancient saints, full of true virtue, and that without delusion or imposture, are preserved and reposed.
I mean, I could switch away, but the AI goes real hard after the Great Library. It is the most hotly contested early game Great Wonder. If I didn't complete it as soon as possible, it's likely somebody else would have beat me to it, which just wastes all those turns of production. It turns them into gold, so it's not a literal waste, but you sure as shit can't buy the Great Library with gold. Okay, so we're gonna go watermill here. Take our free tech, which is going to be drama and poetry.
What is drama but life with the dull bits cut out?
Which gives us Parthenon. Access to Parthenon ain't nothing. Access to the Writers Guild ain't nothing. Actually, I'm tempted to go, like...
The king's might is greater than human, and his arm is very long.
I'm tempted to go straight into Writers Guild and just slam food in Mosenkani. But what we're going to do is go watermill. We're going to make the safe, conservative play. We don't know quite who we're dealing with yet on this map. And we're going to play to our culture's strengths, which, oh, fuck. Looks like it's going to be, our culture's strength is going to be getting axes thrown at us. They're going after Vilnius, everyone. We won.
So teach us to number our days, so that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom.
Everything sucks forever. There it is, right there. So close, yet so far. We're gonna go masonry, build us some pyramids, since we have access to them as a liberated society. We're just gonna keep chipping away at this barbarian encampment, bit by bit, taking advantage of our survivalism trait, which is 200% of a totally bitchin' Nine Inch Nails song. All of these are really important. Do we have 38 turns to waste building them? Waste. They are not wastes. They are really good ways to spend your time. I'm so bad at this game. Oh, thank you, Ila806. The hot dump is always fun to film, although... wait, did I say fun to film? Pro tip, feed dump takes us around an hour to film. An hour is an awfully long time to spend in a hot tub. Did I say fun? I meant almost fatal. Christ. I don't know how to play this game. Fine, Writers Guild. Let's go. Let's go. Dude, we improvised that. We don't write it beforehand. It's 100% improv. It's actually quite, like... It's not difficult, but it sure ain't easy. Why am I awful at everything? Oh my god, why do I not know what to do? Let's buy some bananas. At this point, I think the hot dumps are responsible for roughly 70% of all Lily appearances. Oh, we totally have plantations. We got calendars on our way to totally failing out of discovering philosophy before everyone else. Archer arrows, just catch them and throw them back. God, do I have to, like, explain everything to you? Come on, Arnie, figure it out. Oh, fuck. You guys just stand there and get axes thrown at you for a little while. We'll get around to building some more soldiers in the next several thousand years. Everything's cool, everyone. Sorry, the camera's mirrored. Lady Rianne, for your reference. Oh! A Sohet. A Sonet just subscribed. A Sunet? Fan favorite Cameron Lauder. Me not fan favorite. We're gonna wait 3 turns and then we're gonna buy ourselves a composite bowman. You laminate that. You treat your bows better than you do your BAs. You get them laminated. Just catch the axes, guys. Just catch them. Just catch them. Right out of the air. Throw them back. We're okay. Everything's fine. We're just dying for bananas out here. Wow, 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 wow. Blow, 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 blow. Please don't die. They've been doing about 30 to us per turn. That's awkward. Here, take a break, have a Snickers. On me. I'm sure we'll be fine. Hey, look at that. Everything's okay, everyone. Why ever choose the lesser of two evils? That's a sucker's game. Alright. We're gonna withdraw from the front banana lines here. We are actually literally a banana republic. I fucking hate puns. Oh, this seems fine. Alright, motherfuckers. Y'all picked on the wrong civilization. Terracotta army is reasonably good. But it looks like we're not dealing with anyone on our tiny little continent here. So what I'm going to do is focus on building... We're going to need to grow our cities. We're going to need to go tall instead of wide. Oh, they all want us to burn this one to the ground. Vilnius does, at least. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to, Alright, this barbarian encampment is getting busted up like a high school kegger. Now we have Vilnius, bros. Better than Hunt for Red October. You. Heal up those sucking chest wounds. Caravans, everyone. Caravans. Considering we're making a whopping -3 money a turn, we have roughly as sound a grasp on economic theory as we do in the modern era. Everybody's happy, especially marketing. We need to be growing this shit. What in the hell is going on, Ep1? We are so bad at this game. Get growing. Get me more people. Immediately. Let's get to guilds, everyone. Oh my god. I'm so terrible at this game. I'm really sorry, everybody. Almost as sorry as I am for those guys. Oh, you rat bastards. Biblos, why you gotta play me like that? Okay. For once, the computer does not have its head jammed up its ass about where to plant a new city. That actually seems reasonable. They took Lake Victoria. Yo, can you go over there and murder those assholes, please? see you in about 30 turns. About 100 turns. Research screen. Fuck me. A lot of men are gonna die in the next few turns. Ho ho ho! Are you boys aware that you're heading into a war zone? Barrage seems relevant to our interests. Does anyone want a caravan? Not particularly. Let's try to staunch this bleeding. Why did I do that? That's a waste of a turn. Zomg. Okay. It extends 3 tiles, making that the best place. Don't worry, boys, we got help choppering in. We won't be able to continue with Great Library since we founded a new city, foolishly. 'Cause I'm an idiot. We need another worker, is what we need. God, I love that GIF, or not the GIF, the JPEG of that little kid looking over his brow at you. Do you think this is a game? This is not a game. You again. We totally clicked the wrong button there. I meant to have you guys build a sawmill. Oops, lol. God damn it. Sorry, everyone. In my defense, it is a strong ale at 5.6%. Okay, what do we actually want to do here? Let's take a step back, think about where we're at, and try to develop some kind of strategy. Vilnius books us in on the right, Byblos on the west, which means we need to put a third city here-ish. Then we need to focus on expanding overseas. 3 cities is not nearly enough. Okay. Once we've completed education, we will focus on the technologies necessary to complete astronomy, which gives us caravels and the ability to embark our units overseas. In the interim, we will focus on developing our existing cities. We will found 3 on this continent, after which we will focus on finding small islands in the middle of the ocean that usually go unexploited until very late game. I think we have a plan. You, murder those men. Preferably in their bunks. Good job, Arnie. And now we are allies with Byblos, City of the Book. And we will be for another, 12 turns? Ugh. Does that actually get us anything? No, it doesn't. But sure, we'll pledge to protect you. Okay, we can still do this. We can still do this. Temohic. Are you honestly telling me that it's going to take you 13 fucking turns to produce a rock, a large rock? We have one religion that can still be founded. Well, good fucking work, everyone. MTV CDM, are they actually 5%? I had thought that most of the mass market beers were around 3.5%. We're no longer even bros of Vilnius. Don't worry, we'll just bump someone else off and take their religion. This map has not been kind to the Shoshone's early game advantages. The Shoshone only have early game advantages. We're fucked. Oh my god. We're 4 technologies behind. That's okay, we're pushing advanced technologies more than baby technologies. That puts us in good stead to catch up later.
3 things are necessary for the salvation of man. To know what this life of man appears for a short space, but of what went before, or what is to follow, we are utterly ignorant.
Oh, Zeke. Mike's... That's like asking... Oh, well, that's a good sign. I found a barbarian encampment, everyone. Let's go kill them. Two more turns, we switch to production. Actually, hold on. We don't need Hagia Sophia. What we're going to do is, as soon as we complete... our Liberty Tree, we get a new city. Or not a new city. Sorry, Freudian slip. We get a new policy. 5 turns to found. When we complete our next policy, we get a free great person. That great person will be a great prophet. We do not need Hagia Sophia. Or the Hagia Sophia, excuse me. What we need instead is something to improve our long-term infrastructure and our ability to expand overseas. Cognizant of the fact that we will be founding a new city in about 5 turns. The Colosseum seems very important to us. Hey, look, I was right, everyone. Oh, I vastly prefer to drink at breweries. In Victoria, we are spoiled for microbreweries. You! Charge those axemen up a hill. Well, that didn't work out well for us at all. Can't imagine why.
Even brute beasts and wandering birds do not fall into the same traps or nets twice.
Oh, that's just fucking great is what that is. Your orders are to come from behind. Now we get... Oh, lol, idiots. Choose great person. Great prophet. Found a religion. Get there. We're going to take the totally sweet Firebird emblem of Zoroastrianism, and we are going to rename it, as is tradition, and take the utterly bland follower beliefs that will give us an incremental advantage that approaches the AI's advantage. The times you don't take great profit are the times when you have recently just been able to found your own religion. At which point, I think getting like the Reformation belief, or not the Reformation belief, but the third and fourth found religion beliefs isn't quite as strong as getting something like a great scientist. I think in those situations I prefer the great scientists. Let's take a well-rounded unit. At some point you may be required to fight on a plane. Asterisk. Actually, let's... No, we don't want to put them on the thing. Give them the stick. Don't give them the stick. Oh! We're gonna found our new city right here. It's a little close to everything else for my taste. But, hey, you know, shit happens. Yeah, like a great engineer, if you're fighting with somebody for a wonder, so strong. We're getting our ass handed to us both economically and socially, so we're going to erect a rock. We will connect our cities. We will be able to get this marble exploited, which will give us actually positive happiness, after which we can start getting these crabs. And look at all this fish. These cities are going to be great once we learn how to build a boat. The Shoshone cities, that's the Shoshone ability, is they get 8 free tiles when they found a city. Very good on crowded maps. Less good when you're stuck on a fucking island while everyone else fights over all the good shit someplace else. We're going to show up and we're going to find that we are in 3rd place. That's my prediction when we make first contact. Or, sorry, in 2nd place, we are going to be ahead of the 2 other civilizations, and there's going to be another civilization that doubles our score or more. Temple. I've actually never really played a game with a Shoshone before. I don't know quite who their usual adversaries are. Every civilization I've ever chosen has wound up facing Washington, essentially, quite frequently. Catherine is also quite frequent, as is Venice. What's his name? Enrico Dadalo. Sorry, my accent is appalling. Well, we're ahead of other people, at least in terms of how the depth to which we're penetrating the technology tree. If other people are only arriving at medieval technologies now, and we've been there for quite a while when we discovered theology, then I think we're in decent shape. We can quite easily go back and research sailing in a couple of turns, sailing optics and compass. But right now, education seems like such a powerful ability with all of the jungles we'll be exploiting. Instead of going for the gems right away, because we do not get any bonus happiness from exploiting a second resource of the same kind, I'm going to go for the cows over here and get the production bonus. Monument Shrine Granary. Cuttlefishman. Now we go for the marble. Sorry, fractal, tiny, standard. For the resources that we are not fronting. Growth, motherfuckers. Do you understand it? Oh, this is awful. We honk.
Better is bred with a happy heart than wealth with vexation.
This original map placement really honks on Bobo. Well, at least our production isn't lagging terribly behind. Okay, we're spreading our religion a little bit. It would be really nice to be able to get it to Vilnius and Byblos. That will at least give us some additional cash from tithe. We're going to go develop these sheep and then the horse resources. There we go with the marble. Good. That puts us to parity. We're going to need more happiness resources though, which means developing the crab. Yeah, the lack of diversity on this island means that we essentially are required to be best bros with Byblos because they have cotton. We also have no iron of our own, which means we are not picking no fights with nobody. Yeah, we're getting crabs. LOL. We now have a strategy that's completely indistinguishable from the bumper stickers offered by D-grade seafood restaurants. Get crabs. We're gonna go exploration. Get us the fuck off this island. Shit. Well, that was inevitable. I'm actually surprised it took this long. We no longer have the option of developing the Great Lighthouse. Oops, lol.
The The only thing that saves us from the bureaucracy is its inefficiency.
Well, that gets us one food. Huzzah. We'll go develop the stone. Next. 21 turns to education. This is brutal. I forgot to wind my watch this morning. It is now a couple of minutes behind. How do we pull one out? How do we pull victory out of this? Oh yeah, I have a winding watch. It is what I'm betting is a Chinese copy of an American replica of a World War II era general issue watch manufactured by Benrus. I love that noise. It has its own cachet. I quite like it. I've got it on a NATO strap since the original strap disintegrated years ago. I kind of love William Gibson's watch obsession. It is way outside my price range, though. My objective in life is to get a Kurta, though. I really, really want a Kurta. It's one of the only material things that I really actually kind of lust over. Alright. Oh! The Vilnians wanted, horses. That's convenient. Now they want us to produce a great artist. Vilnius. Lithuania? That is Lithuania, right? Oh, absolutely. Original Garwolf. It would be way better to get one of the vintage ones. Who has that kind of money? Well, probably lots of people, but sure as shit ain't me. Is Petra even a really good buy here? Like, we get kind of one thing off of it? Market. Let's go markets. Senstaku. I have the same problem with Thinris. Check this out. I can actually overlap my pinky and my thumbnail around my wrist. I have tiny wrists. A NATO watch, even though it's tacky as fuck, wraps small enough around my wrists. I'd look into them. I do. The only other, like, material thing that I'm really excited about owning is a Zeiss microscope that I bought from the biology department when they were phasing them out. Good bones. It's a bit worn out, but it's a really nice teaching microscope. It probably cost a fortune when it was new, but I got it for about $200 several years ago. This is fucking awful. Petra is really strong in most games. Here we have one desert tile that will use it. We are really shitting the bed here, everyone. Sorry, this is like low quality stream. Basically, my opinion on watches is that they are functionally jewelry right now. Your cell phone is about, well, infinitely more accurate. But they have a nice feel to them. I like my watch. It's a cosmetic piece, but it has the pretense of functionality. Smartwatches? I'm sure they'll be great. I'm not sure they're for me, though. Then again, I was also not convinced that a tablet would be for me, and I really enjoy my iPad. I'll need to see what other people do with them. Jesus. Fuck nuts. Okay, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. Yeah, precision using clockwork is a fool's errand, I think. That being said, there is... In Montreal, you can go and take a watchmaking course. It's really tempting. Because you go on the Berger website, or the Rolex website, and they are hiring journeyman watchmakers to work in Zurich. Do you speak French? Do you speak German? They will recruit you. How cool would that be? If you're in high school, looking for a trade, may I suggest watchmaking. It's artisanal. You get to live in Switzerland and eat croissant. Fuck it. Let's get oracles. Thanks, Oriad Pine.
Education is the best provision for old age.
Got there. Okay. Universities, everyone. Everyone go universities. I really like that description of Switzerland as a more passive-aggressive Germany, but with all the rules. I went to a lecture last year given by... I forget his name now, but he was responsible for developing the ultra cooling methods that are used to keep time. It was called The Coolest Stuff in the Universe. If anyone ever dares to use that out of context quote from Richard Feynman about how we really don't understand quantum mechanics, and anyone who says we anyone who says we understand quantum mechanics doesn't understand quantum mechanics. You could tell them that anyone who quotes Feynman doesn't really understand Feynman. You don't build ultra-accurate clocks if you do not have a kung fu grip on quantum mechanics. Besides, quantum mechanics is a theory. We have a perfect understanding of it because we developed it. It's a model. You want to be impressed by something? Check out how we cool atoms to within a billionth of a degree Kelvin of absolute zero. That shit is hacks. It makes you feel powerful. We're going to need guilds. God, we're terrible at this game. Yeah, we shoot lasers at them. And it's really clever because when they are red-shifted moving towards you, the laser doesn't interact with them. When they're red-shifted... Jesus Christ, Cameron, figure your life out. When they're blue-shifted moving towards you, the laser interacts with them and slows them down. However, when they're red-shifted and moving away from you, they don't. It selectively chooses which atoms it interacts with, so that it only slows down atoms that are moving towards it. Isn't that cool? Isn't that clever? Let's get us the fuck off this island, Ep1. We need guilds. What if? Is that his book of, answers to the questions he gets? Generally, I don't really like XKCD. It's really hit or miss for me, mainly because I get tired of his super smug mode all the time. But his answer to the question, how many tweets are there, I thought was quite profound. One of my hobby interests is information theory, and I thought his answer really succinctly summed up a lot of what makes the field interesting. Well, let's enhance our religion. Not really worth it to develop much more infrastructure around Agadika. What's going to give us a boost here? Ooh, we can get pagodas still. Not necessarily the best of the religious buildings, but still really good to have if you can get them. And then let's take religious texts. I mean, the joke with this is that I name my religion atheism because I did it in one stream at, I think, Juliana's suggestion. And it got, somebody in chat super butt-blasted. So I've just been doing it ever since. With tithe representing the pizza places... tithe representing the bitcoins that we did mine, and feed the world representing the pizza places that did turn away our bitcoins. And pagodas representing our mighty hats, milady. And religious texts, of course, representing our most holy r/atheism. And I didn't actually click yes to any of that. It's a very conservative religion in game terms. No exciting bonuses, but it's useful. Manga Head 333. Getting something below absolute zero is theoretically possible. Well, I mean, like, I don't know. God. It's more accurate to say that things with a negative temperature in absolute terms has a thermodynamic interpretation. But I'm a little far into a beer to really think about it too hard right now. It's pretty cool, though. Hey, we got Shakespeare! What do we get? Please be Henry V.
Life is a tale
Macbeth?
told by an idiot.
I suppose
for the
it's
sound
fine.
of fury, signifying nothing.
Why couldn't it just be, oh, for a muse of fire, to ascend the brightest heaven of invention, a kingdom for a stage, princes to act and monarchs to behold the swelling scene. Then should the warlike Harry, like himself, assume the port of Mars, and at his heels, leashed in like hounds, should famine, sword, and fire crouch for employment. But pardon, gentles all, for the flat, unraised spirits who would have on such a... Fuck, I don't remember the entire thing now. On such an unworthy scaffold dare to raise so great an object. What we thought was 0 Kelvin might not actually be 0 Kelvin. Camille, please do. I actually don't understand it terribly well. I'm a chemist by training, not a physicist. I deal much more with practical applications than the theory, even though my research interest was in theoretical chemistry. Maritime infrastructure just seems like such a fucking no-brainer here. We'll get into rationalism later once our happiness levels out. I mean, I give atheism a lot of shit in these games, mainly because it's fun, but I guess I'm an atheist. I don't subscribe to the notion of gods or a god. I don't think we need them. They don't really have a rational place in my model of the universe. Although, God, I actually need to think about how I want to describe this. I have no problem with Christians or other religious people. I think it's interesting. My degree in English spent a lot of its time reading Christian texts. I thought they were pretty sweet. TBH. How do we possibly pull this game out of the fucking fire? My real, like, I get bored with a lot of atheism discussions because people are just really shitty about it and boring. I think it's a fascinating discussion to have. Battlestar Galactica. My favorite television series ever. I actually had no problem with the way it ended. The first word spoken in that series is, God has a plan for you. It never lied about what was going on in that series. There was no illusions. Well, shit. But I thought the discussion of deities was relevant, meaningful, enlightening in that series. Oh, the POF 42. I really love Paradise Lost. I mean, it's been a long time. When I was doing my English degree, like, Milton was this thing that I had to read, and it was kind of cool to not give a shit about him. Which is shitty. But, like, I don't know. That speech, is it Mammon gives? Or is it Lucifer who gives it in counterpoint to Mammon? Early on in, like, book 2. For who would lose, though full of pain, this intellectual being? The thoughts that wander through time, that wander across time. Basically, like, you know, why would we possibly give up what we are, right? Like, one of the demon princes says something about how it would have been better to lose, better to become nothing, right? And then everyone knows the counterpoint about, like, better to rule in hell. But he goes on to talk about, like, I would not surrender what I am because it's to wander, rather, swallowed up and lost in the wide womb of uncreated night. Oh, I can build Circus Maximus. Fuck. Oh well. Belial. Sorry, thanks, Gravity Pike. Who are we on better terms with? We'll use our, God. Let's send a spy to Vilnius. He can rig some elections. We'll build a circus next. Once we finish National College in the capital, we will build a Circus Maximus. I think most people misinterpret the purpose of a religious discussion. Generally, I don't like having arguments or debates. My dad is a lawyer. And what that means is that I have grown up losing arguments my entire life. So generally I don't quite like weaponizing my ability to make conversation. I would rather have conversation than an argument any day of the week. I love conversation. I don't like being right. I'm actually quite eager to make mistakes. What I enjoy is having an exchange of ideas. If everyone goes into a discussion knowing that it's a safe space in which they can freely bring up what they want to discuss, then that's great. It means we all get more out of the exchange of ideas because we don't feel the need to become defensive. Oh, yeah, Lord Hosk, the total ending where it... Okay, everything that happened up to the point where they jump to Earth and land on it, I was great with that. What I really wanted to happen was, okay, The series is like 9 years old at this point. If you haven't watched Battlestar Galactica yet, I'm going to assume that you don't really care about spoilers. Is that accurate? Let it be accurate. Okay, let's build Circus Maximus here. The series, the climactic battle takes place at the Cylon home world. Not quite a world, it's like a spaceship.
Joyfully to the breeze, Royal Odysseus spread.
Which is on the event horizon of a naked singularity. So let's just take apart what that statement is. They are going to war with their creations, who worship an all-powerful, all-loving God, on the threshold of a singularity. Have any of y'all fuckers heard of Ray Kurzweil? I mean, he's an idiot, and he's wrong, probably. God, who knows? I don't much have use for Kurzweil. But those words are, like, pretty loaded in the context of going to war with robots, sentient robots. I wanted them basically to, like, recognize that the Earth was gone, it was never coming back, and that this thing that they had been experiencing together for the last few years was all that was left of them, and that they would live together in this pseudo world on the edge of the singularity in peace forever. I thought that would have been a really fascinating ending. Like when they got to Earth and discovered that it was a bombed out, irradiated wasteland, and that getting to Earth had been this objective that was supposed to fix anything, but they didn't know how. Like, that was brilliant. That was one of the ballsiest things I'd ever seen on TV. We need to get to Earth. Why? We don't know, but it'll fix everything somehow. Magnificent, right? What's not to love about that? Of course it didn't fix anything. It can't fix anything. You didn't try to fix anything. It's like, Cormac McCarthy's The Road. We're trying to get to the ocean. What's at the ocean? We don't know, but things have to be better there. Right? Oh, we are in so much trouble. Our best hope right now is that we don't encounter anyone else before the game ends.
The merchants and the traders have come. Their profits are preordained.
I've never watched SG-1. Christ, where do we even go from here? We're in deep, deep trouble. Sure. A caravel at 600 gold. Well, let's stop trying to do. Like, The Road is a wonderful book. I read it in an afternoon. God, McCarthy's writing is so sparse that it's like the literary equivalent of high fructose corn syrup. You just keep going and going and going with it. And it never actually turns into anything remotely interesting. Or, no, wait, that's totally wrong. I love McCarthy's writing. We're going to stack Oxford University in the capital so I can get the bonus from the thinger, the thingy-do, the what have you. We're going to build a caravel here. The Road is undoubtedly one of the most crushing books I've ever read. God, it's exhausting. Especially because you read it so quickly. Like, McCarthy's writing is so sparse and so devoid of any kind of natural breaks that it's really easy just to marathon it. I read The Road in an afternoon without really realizing how much time had been passing. And then I was done, and it sucked. And everything was awful forever. Cormac McCarthy, Sensaku, and Torvak.
So pulleth out the sword,
I have not seen Snowpiercer.
is rightwise king of all England.
I've heard it's really good. I'd like to see it. Wait, the Border trilogy is less violent than The Road? I guess it would kind of have to be, wouldn't it? Nietzsche was great when I was like 16. Literally 16. I mean, it's got some really pretty parts to it. Then it's just... God, he's a shithead. Dude really had syphilis. Bunraku. No, I haven't. Bunraku is another movie I really want to see. And yes, I have read China Miéville. I really liked Kraken, even though, like, people give me shit for liking Kraken. I like books about storytelling. I like stories about storytelling. And Kraken, I thought, did that really well. Tell me a story about storytelling. I love that shit. Oh, Snowpiercer is on Netflix? Cool. I'll have to go watch it. Okay. We can go rationalism now. Like, exploration is quite splashable, but I want to be developing rationalism. What do we want to be doing here? Another caravel, let's say. James Joyce? Dude loved butt sacks. I really like Dubliners. I think his work when his palette is limited is way more interesting than his work when he just goes balls out. Dubliners is great. One of the movies that I really enjoyed, that if maybe you guys have not seen it, is Sunshine. People... Holy shit. We are so far behind. Oh, look. Great. We're playing a game where we need... Oh, it's the Japanese, thank Christ. I thought it was Elizabeth in the English. Okay, we can deal with Oda Nobunaga. Let's see how totally fucked we are. We're toast. We can continue to play this game out as an exercise. No, Sunshine. Eternal Sunshine. Everyone loves Eternal Sunshine. Sunshine, however, the science fiction movie, I thought was really good and didn't fall on its face towards the end, as most critics say. I thought it got interesting at the end.
And a good digestion.
Let's see if we can trade with him at all. Yeah, we got these gems. Wine? Sure. What's wine? I guess we're gonna find out. Sure. I'll have to pick up Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man again. I started it many years ago. I mean, it's definitely not without its faults. But I thought Sunshine was really interesting and there was a lot there to talk about. No. No open borders. I suppose we should try to put a city here, can we? Even? No, it's within 4 squares of Vilnius.
Instrumental or mechanical science is the noblest and above all the others, the most useful.
Dostoevsky? I thought Crime and Punishment was pretty good. I read it twice. Oh. Lord Durin, you should see Blade Runner. It's good. Oh. Poland. Alright. You. How do you feel about... Oh, fuck off. You ain't got nothing for me, Casimir. Piss off. I got nothing to say to you, Cass. Blade Runner is way better when you go into it realizing that Deckard is the villain. Team baddie all the way. Alright, let's find ourselves some islands that we can settle on. Pagoda's at 300 faith, okay.
Jak ci się podoba moja oferta?
Tempting. Luxury goods. Only luxury goods for luxury goods.
The press is the best instrument for enlightening the mind of man and improving him as a rational, moral, and social being.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. Attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion. I watch sea beams glitter in the dark off of Tannhauser Gate. All those moments will be lost in time like tears in the rain. It's quite a thing to live in fear, isn't it? My favorite thing about that movie was discovering that Rutger Hauer was a fellow of chemical engineering when he was discovered as an actor. Rutger Hauer has a master's degree in process design. If you ever want to feel bad about yourself, think about that for a little while. Oh, hey, that's Krakatoa. We should go up and discover that. I really like the way he says sea beams. He sounds so fond of them. Okay, more work boats, and then a thingy-do lighthouse. Why don't we have aqueducts yet? We're bad at this game. I really like 2010, or 2001. I like both of them. They're very different movies. Deckard is such a piece of shit. I mean, didn't the designers of Warhammer 40k come out and say that conversion beams were basically what sea beams were in their world?
When pieces of bronze or gold or iron break, the metalsmith welds them together again.
We're in deep shit here. Give him the stick. Don't give him the stick. Oh. Oh. How's it going, Graham?
Pretty good, how are you?
I'm having a blast.
Good. I'm taking off.
Okay. Oh, did you have a chance to check your email? Your email. Brilliant.
Oh, right then. Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
No problem.
Oh, fuck me. The Dutch. I know, right? William is a threat to the stability of this world. Aren't you the one who's trying to, like, push the world towards war? Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead are probably, like, is probably my least favorite Stoppard play. I really want, ruins, where's our, where are our Pathfinders? Alright, boys, you have a job to do. Grim. God, seeing Alien in the theater was like Sphincter Factor 5. My favorite Stoppard play is Arcadia, by like a country mile. Arcadia is awesome. I'm largely indifferent to most other Stoppard stuff. But Arcadia I love.
Measure what is measured, and make measurable what is not.
Oh, did we get physics and then... Yes, got there. Thank you.
No worries. One of these years you should take a break.
Oh, yeah, okay. Good point. I am going to take a break, everyone, and then I will be back in 3-ish minutes. Beckett. I always confuse Beckett and Stoppard. I'm actually a really bad English major. Okay. Let's take a break. I'll be back shortly. Until then, please consider watching this delightful commercial for a product you may wish to purchase.
Alright.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Alright, we're gonna continue on with our quest to find someplace else for us to put a city. Ugh. This is fucking terrible. How's it going, everyone? Are we still talking about Stoppard? Alright, let's try and go around the cape up here. Beckett's fine. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are good. Waiting for Godot is fun. I mean, they're nothing that I would really read again, but I'm glad to have read them.
Ik geloof dat ik iets heb wat u enig belang zal inboezemen.
Bork, 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 bork. Say, are you eating all those truffles?
Heel
Baller. Okay, so what kind of situation are we in? Ugh. We have to bump off the Japanese. I actually heard the Sir Pat Sir Ian performance of Waiting for Godot was basically like intolerably smug. Where they were like, we're in Waiting for Godot. Can you believe it? They did this all for us. We don't even have to try. But, I mean, like, that was one critic. Maybe he was just unenthusiastic about it. Oh, I'm Orthos. I don't think Tears in the Rain is the best speech in that by a long shot. I think it's probably, like, yeah, exactly, when he's taunting Deckard as they run through the abandoned building. The part where he... It's not that's the spirit. It's quite a thing to live in fear, isn't it?
Podoba moja oferta.
Yes. I don't have the military to do that. I might actually put a, Dude, I could put a colony right there. Look at that. Look at that sick filth. Ban this sick filth. Yeah, quite a thing to live in fear, isn't it? Yeah, as he's hanging off the building. I like that. Yeah, look at this. We get to, like, nominally have a city on the Dutch mainland, but it's isolated and protected by the mountain range. And then we got Banana Island right over here. Have you seen the movie Banana Island? Don't Google it. I don't even know that it exists, but it sure as hell sounds like a porno movie.
It is a newspaper's duty to print the news and raise hell.
Oh, I wish that was true. I mean, it is. What you doing? No, don't go that way. Well, going east has turned into a complete bust. What's Tassiger's nickname, JC Link? My favorite porno title was Wiggly Down Under. I was actually super disappointed when it turned out that it had already been produced. Oh, we get to host the talks. Look at us, we're important. Standing army tax seems important. Tarzagoyf? The idea that Deckard is a replicant himself is cute. I don't think it's... I think the ambiguity is way more important than It's way more important to the themes of the movie that Deckard be ambiguously a replicant than he actually be a replicant. Of course they do. Oh, you shithead AI. It went through somebody else's territory. Why? Why? I hate it when it does that. Voyeurizing, I don't give a shit what Ridley Scott tells me about his movies. If he wanted Deckard to be a replicant, he should have put it explicitly in the movie. Otherwise, it's open to interpretation, and I say that my interpretation is equally valid. And so does Roland Barthes. Yeah, we use XSplit. What do we want out of this thing? That seems fine. I mean, the difference at this point in the game is fairly minor. Ridley Scott didn't even write the fucking thing. What do I care about what he thinks of it? Speaking of Philip K. Dick, has anyone else seen the pilot for The Man in the High Castle? I thought it sucked. What do we do? Workshop into Globe Theatre? Jade Warrior just subscribed. Jade Warrior's on quite a streak. Thank you, Jade Warrior. Copper? Get the coppers. We have 300 faith. We buy a pagoda. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Gravity Pike. I think that was one of my comments too, is that, yeah, the thought of transdimensional Nazis winning a world war and invading our world, or plotting basically the nuclear destruction of their world, is Philip K. Dick's probably least paranoid work. Oh, this city rules! Look at this, it's gonna be awesome! Like I said, I think it's way more interesting to have the discussion on whether Deckard could be a replicant than it is to consider whether than it is for him to be a replicant or not. It's fundamentally not that important. It's like the ending of Inception. It's way more interesting that it's ambiguous than it is being definitive.
Compound interest is the most powerful force in the universe.
I have not seen Fatherland. Inception I thought was fun, but problematic. I mean, I could really use a movie where the lead woman is not... Well, I mean, Anne Hathaway wasn't really... She was always fucking wrong about everything, and I find that really irritating from male directors. That she was wrong when she needed to be, like... When she was coldly rational and went back for the flight recorder, she was objectively wrong then. She was wrong when she was emotional and wanted to go to the world where her ex-lover was. Not only wrong, she had to be shamed for it. I thought that was shitty. Everything else was pretty cool. Although, I mean, like, Hans Zimmer really needs to keep it down at a nice, even 7 or 8 on the volume. Like, just, Hans, yo, bring it down a bit. Bro, bring it down. Yeah, I thought his production designers are awesome. I kind of thought it was fun to listen to Hans Zimmer try to create a Philip Glass score. We need to start getting cozy with some of these city-states, like, swiftly. Byblos, you have cotton. Vilnius wants cotton. Kiev wants our religion. We can give it to them. Byblos, yo, what do you want? That did nothing. We just threw that money down the toilet. Why did we do that? Well, that was a waste. I wasn't really a big fan of After Earth. I was a little heartbroken by it. It did a cardinal sin of not being Alpha Centauri, which isn't fair to it. Isn't fair to the people who worked on it. I know I shouldn't be judging it on the terms of whether or not it's Alpha Centauri. That is not cool. I so want to see Jupiter Ascending. Are you kidding? That movie looks fuck awful. It's gonna be amazing. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up on some conversations here. Like, oh, it looks so awful. It looks terrible, but everything in it looks amazing. I mean, who doesn't... Channing Tatum is a Wolfman? What? I need to see why this happens. Who's responsible? Also, the spaceships look totally sweet. I'm not gonna lie to you, that's pretty important to me. Can you make up your fucking mind who you want me to go to war to? War with? War upon? Wolfman in a cape who gets wings. Sure, I'm there. Noda, yo, do you wanna like... Whoa. Not only... It's Channing fucking Tatum. Dude. Wolfman isn't the more unbelievable... The wolf part I got no problem with. Calling Channing Tatum a man actually is more incredulous than saying he's a part wolf. Channing Tatum plays a wolf plank. We're so fucked. I still want to build my spaceship game. I'm never going to be able to build my spaceship game. Nobody's even bothering to spy on us. Let's pretend we have something worth protecting. I'm sure this won't crush our economy, doubling the number of cities in our empire in 2 turns. Wait, Homeworld Remaster is almost out? I want to see Jupiter Ascending. I'm gonna bet it's hot horseshit. But I definitely want to see it at least. It sounds preposterous. We are so playing the new Homeworld game. We are so playing the new Homeworld game. Oh, the remaster! Oh! Right! That's even more exciting. I'm tumescent. That's how excited I am. Oh, also we get the expanded borders. Dude, getting these bison has to chap some Dutch ass. Ha! Idiots. Chap some Dutch ass. Don't be vulgar, Chad. Oh yeah, that one too. Ha, losers. Oh, I'm sorry. We didn't know you recognized that as a valid resource. We would never have bought it from you if we thought you recognized you could eat those. Oh, up here too. We could totally put things up here. Or over here. Look at this, they even have iron.
Industrialization based on machinery, already referred to as a characteristic of our age, is but one aspect of the revolution that is being wrought by technology. If you pick up a starving dog and make him prosperous, he will not bite you. This is the principal difference between a dog and a man.
Oh, look at this, too. We can totally settle up here. Babaza Congo. Okay. We need to start getting super friendly with these city-states. Oh, it's Krakatoa. Check it out. More cargo ships. Oh god, original Garwolf, I know. I bought Wing Commander 3 way back in the day and tried to install it on my 486. It took the missions 20 minutes to load. Then on a Pentium, it was like 20 seconds.
Before I'll let you stop.
We are so bad at this game. Doo-da. Doo-da. Oh, we've got coal, though. We got 2 coal. No, you guys can figure that one out. However, we can get some experience off of it. Oh!
Pozdrawiam cię.
That's awkward.
Naciesz się swym zwycięstwem.
No, we killed your spy. Embarrassing. We're putting the stab in constabulary. How long to get you guys over there? 9 turns? Go and claim those workers. No, it's not even worth it. We'll just use a pikeman to do it. Pike-mang. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
Pozdrawiam cię. Jak ci się podoba moja oferta?
Sure, you were spying on us a little while ago, and you're the weakest civilization out of everyone. Sure, you seem like a good friend.
Jak ci się podoba moja...
Lol, no. Are you high?
Realizing all at once was as the sun.
Another great writer. Natsume Soseki.
Living as I do with human beings, the more that I observe them, the more I am forced to conclude that they are selfish.
Not familiar with it. We haven't even built a garden here yet. We're awful at this game. We're awful. Just awful. It's the worst. Actually, let's build an artist guild. Artist guild, musician guild. That way we can populate them all without completely hamstringing one of our cities.
Jak ci się podoba moja oferta?
Stop trying to make open borders happen. They're not going to happen. Oh, we could get cotton if we settle a city there. That would be useful. Oh, for one last time, I could take the Northwest Passage. We don't have much time left in this chat. Any objectives we'd like to accomplish?
Wat begeert gij?
Are you gonna finish those mushrooms? Fuck you! Yo, Kaz.
Pozdrawiam cię. Zamieniam się w słuch.
You're all the worst.
ちゃんと聞いておる。以下の件についてご賛同いただければ。
Oh, Mogadishu wants a trade route. We can definitely do that. Soon. Three turns, tops. Until then, zoos! EV Nova? Oh man, Torvak, the game was sweet.
Moja oferta.
No! Luxury goods or GTFO? EV was awesome. It was kind of like the proto Eve online. IMO.
się podoba moja oferta.
I have a feeling you're about to rip me off somehow.
The day went too long.
Well, ain't that cute? Hi, Julie. How are you doing? Feeling any better today, Sugar Shot? Hello, pita bread. Humbug. Where is Mogadishu? Over there. Man, that line, the long-forgotten cairn made of stones, so sad. The Moog? Well, maybe if you're a Green Beret. How much is it to purchase a harbor? A couple of turns worth of cash. I would love a Battlefleet Gothic video game. Gothic was like Games Workshop's best balanced game, in opinion, in IMO.
Wederom gegroet.
Hello, Nerds Home. What? No? What? Why? Oh. Cairns. Man, Battlefleet Gothic, there was no better feeling than herding an Eldar fleet into, like, a gravity well and just, like, feeding them shots after shots after shot.
Has raised the level of our civilization.
For those not familiar with Battlefleet Gothic, it was a tabletop spaceship combat game. The Eldar were a race who were highly maneuverable, capable of vast damage output, and were very evasive and difficult to pin down. But when you got them, and you just fed them shots, oh, they crumpled, and it was a great feeling. Because it also, like, it just meant that you would completely outmaneuver the Eldar player. Battlefleet Gothic was a game that rewarded planning over multiple turns. One of my favorite moments was when a friend of mine used one of the Orc ramming ships to ram an Eldar craft world and went through an escort on one side and the escort on the other side. And you can just imagine, like, some Eldar gardener in his craft world just, you know, planting a plant or maybe perfecting a sonnet over the course of a millennium, and this Orc ship just goes, like, careening through the place like, "Ah!" The fuck was that? I don't know. It entertained me. Dude, Weiska, I saw The Thing when I was way too young to see The Thing. I think I caught it when I was actually, like, incapable of remembering it. And it was just like, fucked me up for life. Julie, do the thing. The worst feeling in Battlefleet Gothic was was going all in on destroying a Tyranid hive ship. When the Tyranids had really weird mechanics. They're a bug race. If you destroyed their queen ship, think of it as the queen ship, all the rest of their ships went on autopilot. They could only control so many of them. So all of their, like, little escorts and cruisers and shit just started executing, like, 2 lines of code. What felt really bad was going all in on killing the hive ship so that the rest of the fleet went uncontrolled, and still losing to the fleet because you had just taken too much damage. That was some embarrassing shit. I thought Imperial Guard was sweet. Okay, we gotta bump off Japan. We have to bump off Japan. +1 gold from science building seems really strong for us. Look at that.
Architecture begins where engineering ends.
You know what? We actually have a totally serviceable industrial base. Oh, yeah, it's a bottle opener. Sorry, I'm toying with it. It's, Cronenberg. It's a tiny Eiffel Tower. I need to be fiddling with something all the time. One of my fondest memories of being in school was sitting in a lecture for a polymer thermodynamics class, and I was like doodling X-wings in my notebook, and the prof was lecturing, and there were like 3 students in the course, and I guess he was irritated that he thought I wasn't paying attention, and he just goes, like, he finishes off his thing, and like the question was about how to evaluate some function that was using a bunch of logarithms, and there was a logarithm of a factorial, and he was like, and how do we evaluate logarithms of factorials? Cameron! And I was like, without missing a beat, I was like, we use Stirling's theorem. And he was like, that's correct. And it felt great. It just felt great. Like, riposte. I work well with people who acknowledge my need to just, like, fidget with things. I actually learn best when I'm occupied. Oh. Oh.
先に進め。
He also, like, tried to bust me on a question during my honors thesis defense. And I, again, just, like, parried him. Afterwards, people came up to me and were like, you came down kind of hard on Matt, didn't you? I didn't even really remember it.
Jak ci się podoba moja oferta?
Oh.
Damn right you do. LOL! Sucker. I mean, I suppose I could be slightly ADHD. Lots of people have tried to diagnose me with things in the past. My favorite was when somebody told me that I was a couple of years ago, somebody was like, you know, you're probably autistic because you walk on your tiptoes. And I was like, bitch, don't even. Oh, are we the first? We are! We got there. Let's live in a beautiful world. I just don't like freedom's obsession with capitalism. Economic union. I actually think order has a way nicer sounding set of things. Although, like, volunteer armies are important, universal suffrage, but these are, like, some fairly common ones. Like the media culture? Weird. No, let me look at it. Look at this. Doesn't this sound nice? Resettlement. Who doesn't love being resettled? Let's work in a worker's paradise, everyone. What good is freedom? Well, we've got monuments coming at our ass. Wait, what? National wonders give us happiness. Young pioneers. Hero of the people. We are focused on developing great people, so that seems quite important to us. I don't know. Maybe I should just go and get checked out for some kind of disorders. I don't know. I don't really... It doesn't bother me much. I mean, I dated a girl once who was like... She was a psychology student, and she was like, you know, mental illness is usually defined as something that impairs your ability to operate, and
Jak ci się podoba?
I feel comfortable operating in most situations, apart from the fidgeting thing. Who the fuck knows, though? I don't. I certainly don't pretend to. Cloud Atlas was such a hot mess. Yeah, the Korean thing, Cloud Atlas. Holy shit. Maybe in a more enlightened society, but you sure as shit don't just... Ugh. That was a cringe factor and a half. Oh, look at all the cash we've got. We should build a harbor here and in, let's see, Pahokwi and Goshute.
those who cannot...
Great artist. Sweet. El Greco. Like, I like Cloud Atlas, but it was a mess. It was a hot mess. Oh, god damn it. Exactly, Sugar Shot. Ooh. My stream is technically over, everyone. I should probably call it here, although we are doing a passable job of trying to claw ourselves out of a hole. We're going to need to develop some more technologies if we're going to take on the Japanese, which we do. So maybe next week we continue on. Although next week I might be playing something else. Who knows? Let's see where it goes. And play it by ear. We'll always have Mosenkani, everyone. I actually do need to get home and go to sleep. So I will see you guys next week. Perhaps sooner? No promises, but I might be able to do a bonus stream, maybe over the weekend, depending on how things go. Anywho, I will see you all in the future, and until then, I hope you have a wonderful week. By which I mean, perhaps you would like to consider supporting our Patreon if you've enjoyed what you've seen, which is up publicly at www.patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. Also accessible from our website, www.loadingreadyrun.com. Or, you know, any of the other things. Anyways, here's an ad. Please consider watching it if you want to support our stream in a very passive way. Anyways, for reals this time, good night.